Drawing a mandala. Okay, so we have our paper that we're going to draw the mandala on, and we're going to start with a circle template, and I'm going to be doing this in pen, so I want it to be black. So I'm going to center my circle in the middle of my paper, and I'm going to trace around it. Careful not to mess up since you're using pen. Go slow. Make sure you hold the circle down so it does not move. Okay, so you should have a close to perfect circle when you're done. Then we're going to find the center of the circle. I'm going to use a ruler to do this. And I'm going to need to measure. So I want to find from 0 on one side how far across it is. And it's almost to 8. Not quite. So I need to find the middle point. Halfway would be just past the 4. Right about here. So I'm actually going to use a pencil for this one. That way, if I mess up, I can erase. I'm just going to mark right about there. Okay. Now I'm going to do it this way. And I'm going to test again. Line it up with 0. And I'm going to mark at the halfway point. So right at this point is where my center point is. Now I'm going to take the pen and I'm going to draw a circle there. After that, I can lightly go back and erase, not too hard so I don't take the paint off. Oops. Okay. Great thing about the erasing on paint is if you mess up and get pen on it, like smeared like I just did, erasing it will take some of that off. It takes the paint off too, but it's better than having that smear. Okay, so now that we have the center point of the mandala, now we're going to divide it into sections. So put your ruler on that dot, right in the middle of the dot. Make it as straight as possible, going up and down. And draw a line from top to bottom. Okay. Now we're going to go this way. Same thing. Put it in the middle, straight as possible. Draw a line from left to right. Okay. Now we're going to do it this way. And this is where you get to choose. You can do 3, meaning 2 lines in the middle, or you can just do 2, meaning divide it in half. I'm going to do 2. So I need to be very picky, and I really recommend turning your paper so you can get directly in the center. Turning your paper really helps with that. Okay, to the other side. I'm going to get it as close to the center as you can. You're really going to have to use your line of sight for this. If it looks right, it probably is right. If it doesn't look right, it's probably not. And it's okay if it's not perfect. See, mine's not quite perfect. I didn't quite get on the circle, but that's okay. I can just make my circle bigger, and no one will ever know. Okay, so now Mandala has patterns that repeat over and over. So I'm going to do simple patterns that repeat. I'm going to start with just some little lines here. I'll do 3, like that. Now, when I go and turn it, I want to do the same thing. We're connecting to the current one. We're doing the same thing. Designs that repeat. Same thing. Designs that repeat. You'll definitely be able to tell how perfect yours is or not when you start to move around, because some spaces will be smaller than the others. Keep turning. The same design. Like that. Okay, so I have my little design that goes all the way around, and it's the same all the way around. Now, like the picture that I showed you guys, well, for my classes anyways, for the picture that I showed you guys, the designs almost look like a flower. So I'm going to show you kind of how to do that. And for this, you really need to use your line of symmetry. And we want it symmetrical on both sides. So watch what I do here. I'm going to do kind of like a leaf. Like this. And the next one, I'm going to do the opposite. Use your symmetry. Okay. Turn it. And you can do similar. You know what? It'd probably be better to flip it around and do the opposite side. That way you can kind of copy yourself. That. Turn this way. You're not quite perfect, but almost. I think I'm off by one line. See right here. It didn't connect. That's because I put this one too low. That's okay. And see how I kind of flubbed here? We can fix that, because I'm going to do something to give it some little design. And I'm going to go ahead and fill it in, kind of make it like a stripe. Just like this. And our same thing goes for with pen, the same as pencil. When you're filling something in, or even crayon, you want to try to get rid of all the white spots. Because the white spots is what catches people's eye, and that's not what we want to catch their eye. We want it to be our design. Okay, so I would continue that all the way around. and I probably do the inside as well. Now for the rest of it, you're basically going to do the same thing. You're going to do simple designs that work their way out. If you want to do something like this, then you need to use symmetry. You know, whatever you do on this side, you do the opposite on the other side. If you want to do something that just goes around, then you would make it the same for each one. So let's say for my next one, if I want to do a circle here, then I'm going to do a circle here, and here, and here, 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 and here. So that's the same all the way around. Okay? Hopefully this helps you get started. For my students, you'll get to see my example in class of the finished product. Okay, thanks.